MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. Just want to put out a quick video talking about the women's bantamweight division in the UFC. Excuse me. The UFC's, women's bantamweight division, that's really all of a sudden an interesting topic, a topic up for debate. It's a three-woman race at this point. You got the original champion, the first champion in the division's history, Ronda Rousey. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of Ronda Rousey, like Ronda Rousey's, even her fighting style, just her personal, like just the character that she is, I'm not a huge fan of her. But I don't dislike her. I don't want her to lose. Maybe in the Holm fight, but that's just because I'm such a big fan of Holm. But anyway, regardless, she at the end of the day, she is a pioneer of the sport, and without Ronda Rousey, I mean, who knows if there'd be UFC, women's in the UFC, women's divisions, and there's two of them now. I mean, there's there's an interview with Dana White. It's TMZ, and they asked, is there ever going to be women's division in the UFC? And he laughed. He's like, not a chance. And that was like, less than 5 years ago. It was only like a year or two before Ronda Rousey, you know, came on the scene. And anyway, so, hats off to Ronda Rousey. I do respect her for that. But now, the question is, what's going to happen next, right? You got obviously Miesha Tate, the new champion, and the former champion Holly Holm, who took the belt from Ronda. But now Tate's the champ, and there's a lot of debate on what's going to happen next. John Jones on Twitter posted a poll, and 26,000 people voted. 26,000, and 50. And okay, so the three options are what fight. Okay, so you obviously got the what was supposed to happen was the winner of Holm versus Tate would fight Ronda Rousey in November. Okay, so right off the bat, you got Tate versus Rousey 3. That's one of the options in this poll that John Jones posted on Twitter. The second option is, Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm 2, or the rematch that we just saw with Holly Holm and Miesha Tate. Now, the rematch, that would make sense, because it was a close fight, and Holly Holm, in my opinion, didn't fight, didn't have her best fight. She didn't. I didn't feel that she had the best game plan. She should have been more light on her feet, more movement, footwork, things like that. But regardless of that, the rematch would make sense. It would make a lot of money because a lot of people saw that fight. And Holly Holm is, she beat Ronda Rousey, so that's what she's known for. So there's that fight. But so out of those three, all the 26,000 that voted, 54%, including myself, want to see, which is the majority, 54%, want to see Holly Holm take on Ronda Rousey in a rematch. We want to see that next. And it makes sense because Ronda Rousey, she's beat Miesha Tate twice. Now that doesn't mean she's gonna beat her in the rubber match. I'd be, I'll be cheering for Tate in that one, but I think Tate could actually pull it off legitimately. That was a long time ago, 2013. And anyway, so I just feel that, let's see what Ronda's made of. We should, she should fight Holly Holm, and then the winner get a chance at Tate. But the UFC, I don't know if they're gonna go that route. They want Ronda Rousey fighting in the next big fight. I'm sure she's the big money. She's the big cash cow. Even though now Miesha Tate and Holly Holm, they're kind of like household names now because there's not too many big name stars in the women's sport yet, So, they get a lot of attention. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's interesting to see. I really want to see, because, if Ronda Rousey fights Tate next and beats her, her critics are just going to say, Well, of course, we knew she was going to win. She beat her twice already. And maybe that's what the UFC wants, and then have the rematch with Ronda and Holm when Ronda's champion. That would be a really big event down the road. But anyway, maybe it's because I'm a Holly Holm fan, but I do think it makes sense. Ronda get past Holm, and then you get a chance for Miesha Tate. But we'll see what they're gonna do. I want to hear what you guys think. What do you want to see? What fight do you want to see? Do you want to see Miesha Tate, Holly Holm rematch? Do you want to see Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm rematch? Or do you want to see Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey in their rubber match? So, if you're on Twitter, go on John Jones, Twitter account and vote on his poll. Like I said, 26,000 people. There's a lot of people. The majority, 54%, want to see Ronda Rousey take on Holly Holm in a rematch, and that's, to me, what makes sense. But like I said, let me know what you think. But that's it for this one. If you like the video, subscribe. MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.